Hello, everybody. I just decided to jump on real quick. It is raining, and in Arizona, when it rains, people tend to freak out. So hopefully, we actually get through the design tonight. That would be nice, right? It's kind of been one of those days where no matter what you're trying to do, it's not working out. I hope everybody else is having an amazing time. Anybody got big 4th of July plans? Other than because that's what I intend to do all day tomorrow. Got to get some content out, guys, other than the lives. But I hope it's good. Is the picture good? I'm not jumping. Hi, Kendra, Chris, Brandy, Rosanna. All the girls are in here. Hi, Barbara. This try one way or another. So we are making safe baby jewelry. I'm going to teach you a couple of tips. I'm going to show you a design or two, depending upon how long it takes and how long the internet stays up. Your orders all did get shipped today. So that's good. We got that done. Yeah, Chris, same, girl, same. I'm going to be with my dogs, especially my Griff. He's the most scared, and he has to get his head buried into my armpit in order to be okay while there's fireworks going on. So we just stay home with them. Where they're emotional. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down so you guys can see on the mat. I know this first one some of you have already seen. There we go. Okay, you saw the beginning of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start over anyways. Why did it do that? Hello, thank you. Okay, so to start out, just so you know, this jewelry would change based on age and familiarity. I have found that the sooner you introduce little ones to jewelry and stuff like that, the more used to it they get. But up until they can actually talk and speak and all of that, it's best to just be on the safe side. So when I make Selena any jewelry, I do so with the screw clasps, and I use the thickest silk cord I can find. So this is 0.6. I meant to grab some of the 1 millimeter, but this is going to work. So we're just going to start by doing not just a surgeon's knot. I'm going to go in and around this knot probably 4 times should be good. So not going to go through. Then you're just going to not get your, now there's a knot in my needle. Just a minute. No. You can't do this. I have other silk cord, but it's not this thick. I don't know why I just did that. All right, let me see what other ones I have. Because I do have other cords. I was just trying to use, this is 0.45. I will have to get that knot out later. What? I'm dropping my cords here. Okay, so I have two that are 0.45. So I'm probably going to use, oh, this one doesn't have the needle on it anymore. That is so weird. Okay, well, we will go on and I will try to pull that knot out later. So this one is 0.45. I know it's not a lot smaller, but like I said, I like to use the thickest cording that I can find. And then I will just do a really thick knot. Okay. And then you always want to start on the end of the knot, because if you start closer up to the top, you're going to lose the rest of your cording. And I can use this one cord to make a ton of bracelets, especially in little Selena's side. So again, we're going to try this again. See if I can keep the knot where it needs to be. Like I said, I like to go through at least 4 times if my fingers will cooperate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and do 5, and then I'm going to pull this down. So pull this down, and you're going to get a nice knot. I hope you guys can see that. And then, even though this is really, really strong, I'm still going to cut and glue it just to keep it where it needs to be. But first, I'm going to go ahead and thread it on to make sure that I don't put it on the wrong way. So I think we need to go this way. Right? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yes. And I'm going to give it a good tug. It's staying where it's supposed to be. I might do just one more quick knot, though. I'm sure where it is, but I would rather be safe than sorry. I mean, she's my granddaughter after all. Okay, so I go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this knot, on both sides of this knot. If yes, Hypo will pay attention this time. I'm going to put it all on the knot. Close that back up. Go ahead and trim it. And pull the clasp down. So now it knotted really tightly, but it's also glued to the bottom of this. And you can use like a thicker cording. You could use nylon cording, all of that. I like salt. Yeah, you could double it too. That would be a good idea. Okay, so for babies' wrists up until 12 months old, ranges between 4 to 4.5 inches, and then it goes by up to age 4. They're typically at a 5 to a 5.5. So bracelets will last a long time for us. She's got her little ones, and whenever her mommy puts one on, she does this and has to look at it. And when we're done with this, I'm going to show you guys how to do a bracelet that doubles that as a teether. So let me see. This is what we started last night. I started with these little fish beads, which there were several colors, but my daughter picked yellow. So these are nice and cute. They're fun. And I'm going to go a little bit darker on the yellow because I like the other yellow I had wasn't the right yellow to go with this. These are on the same color palette. This is just a little bit lighter version of this. And so they go together well. We're going to use some of the blue to look like water. We're going to use a couple of the seashells on here as well. These came in the companion bundle for the bargain beat box for the month of June. So I'm going to use 2 of these, and I'm going back and forth if I want to use the lighter ones or I'm probably going to use the dark ones. Okay. So, and we're going to use some of these white bone beads as spacers. So we're not going to need this many beads. She's got a little wrist still, but it's fun. So I think that I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm just going to alternate. There's going to be a bone bead in between every bead. So every other bead, you're just going to put a bone bead on. And I really like the contrast of the yellow with the teal. In the same way, I like both the yellow with the coral and the teal with the coral. I think that it's pretty, and it kind of just sticks with the little like theme. Now, the last night when we tried to do this, I had the seashells right up close to the fish. But I don't think I want to do that this time. I think I'm actually going to put the seashells on now, and then if I can get this to work. Sometimes those little needles are kind of tricky for me. So I think I'm going to put on a white one, and then I'm going to put on one of the seashells, another white one, a yellow, and then I'm going to do the green right in between on either side of the center bead. And I'm wondering if I'm going to have too much length. And of course, I have no idea where my ruler is. That wasn't very smart of me. I think that's about 1.5 inches. We should be okay. Let me see here. Because I was thinking that I would just do, I can't decide if I just want to go with the aqua straight to the fish or if I want the white bead in between. What do you think? Does it need the spacer? I can bring you in a little bit closer. I hope you guys can see and I'm not all by myself. Because that could that could be the situation. Okay. Well then, I think I'm just gonna do the aqua. Yeah. There we go. And then we're just gonna follow the pattern back down. You like the with the spacer? Okay. I don't like to pull it all the way down until I get it finished, because then I have to like pull it up closer. See her. Let's put a little fishy guy on. And this little fishy guy actually has, of course, here. All right, take it. We're gonna hook the little fishy. And then we will just take the pattern down back the other way. So we will have the aqua. The spacer. Yellow. Spacer, and then our other seashell. And we pointed that one out, so we will point this one out so it's a mirror image of the other side. So see, it's really simple. You just have to follow certain, safety protocols. So my granddaughter will more than likely put this straight into her mouth. So I don't have, like, the bicones are all like smooth, rounded. You know how some bike cones can be kind of sharp. These ones are not. I made sure of that so that if she chews on it, it doesn't like cut her mouth. But so because you have to think about those things when you are making like jewelry for a little, because they're a little, and that thinking they're not going to be able to do. Okay, there is our pattern. Well, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pull this all the way down like so. I'm worried that this is too big. I know it's not going to fit on my mandrel, otherwise I would, because, well, I guess I could test just if it's longer than I think, because the first measurement is 5. Oh, no, I should be okay. This is right at 4.5, I would guess, once I'm done with the class. So see, it doesn't match up, so it's okay. Glad I decided to check it with that. Okay, and then we're going to put the other clasp on, but first there's a little bit of cord still sticking out right here, so I'm going to look for, I just got a brand new rechargeable thread burner, but I don't know where, oh, here's all my lighters. I'm just going to get the very end of that so that it goes inside. Okay. Now we're going to put on the other end. So that's that way. Okay, so this needs to go this way. So therefore, I'm sitting here trying to figure this out on the fly, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit the camera. I'm trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to be doing this. I think it's this way because then it will be at the end. Yes, that's correct. Okay, now this is the one tricky part about this, and you're gonna have to be okay with it being a little loose. You're gonna want to get it as tight as you can, which I use tweezers typically, but I do not see my tweezers up here. Okay. So, like I said, you're going to have to be okay with there being a little more slack, but pull it as tight as you can in the beginning, just so that you can take this, and then obviously it's going to be faster if I take this off. Cut that cord right there, save that for another bracelet. And just like the other side, we're going to want to take this through multiple times. And then I need to find I have this. Brandy sent me the nicest care package, you guys. She included this mandrel and one that's bigger, because she said she wouldn't use it, but she knows that I like to make my own jump rings and stuff to make sure that my metals match. So I appreciate it. It was very sweet of you. And she got this big haul on Facebook. That rarely happens where I live because people snatch it up really quickly. Okay. I just had my tweezers out. I don't understand. I will be so happy. I'm like this close to being able to reveal my craft room and storage and everything to you guys. I'm just not quite there yet. So I'm trying to get this knot down as far as I can. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I'm not quite ready for you to be closed down. Okay, so if you had tweezers, you would be able to get this knot even closer to it, but just See, there's going to be a little bit of slack, but it's okay. There's nothing you can do about it. There's our knot. I'm going to go ahead and here, I'm going to try something. Let's see if I go through it again. I can get it down a little bit because then it will use up some of that excess cord waste. Mm-hmm. That is not what I wanted it to do. Okay, let's try that again. If I had my tweezers, this would be so much easier. It's just been one of those days, guys. Nothing goes like it was supposed to. It's just been one of those kind of days. I don't like all that slack. It's driving me crazy. I just want to get the knot over the bigger knot so that it's down past it and takes up the slack below the knot. And I'm just getting more and more knots. Okay. Anyways, once you're done with this, you can put a spot of glue in it. I'm going to look for my tweezers afterwards so that I can get that knot closer. It is then on a screw clasp. Goodness. It has just been a day, ladies and gentlemen, but yes. Oh yeah, I don't have an awl. I need to get one. I don't know how I've gone. I have itty bitty tweezers that are like come to such a sharp point. And so I will definitely be doing this a little bit tighter later when I can put my tweezers behind that knot and so that it takes up some of the slack that is between the knot and the excess. So I will do that afterwards. Linda, you're absolutely right, dear. And I picked out some good beads for you. So I'm going to get those in the mail hopefully this weekend. Now we're going to go for another one. So I have a ton of little teasers and stuff back because when I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do like jewelry again. So I went in hard and I have a whole bunch of different silicone beads in different sizes and shapes and whatever else. So I'm going to create so this is kind of a pendant so that when it's on, she can chew on it if she wants to or whatnot. And then we're going to use different shaped beads, such as these yellow ones that are little saucer beads. And then I have yellow rounds as well. And then I've got some pink and some teal, gray, green, and you don't even have to make like a little, you don't have to make yours into a pendant if you don't want to. I'll see if I can remember how to do it. It's been a long time. But then when they go to chew on these, they're chewing on the silicone, and you can actually just throw these in the washing machine when you're done, and you're good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our thick Chinese knotting cord. You're going to want to burn and twist the end so you get a point like a needle. See if I can do this on camera because, oh, not too bad actually. Hey, something went right. And then you're just going to go ahead and put your beads on in whichever pattern you wanted to do. If you wanted to do one that didn't involve all these colors. You could even mimic this because these have a large enough hole that I probably could get them on here. And because they're smooth, there's another yellow one. Okay, so we could literally almost completely mimic the other bracelet by just doing like the teal and the yellow, some white. Why did I not pull white ones over here? I also have these ones that look like little pearls. These are great little. I'm sorry if you hear my rude neighbor in his loud stereo. Little astronauts, you can do the exact same thing. It's so exciting. Oh, good, I'm excited. You have no idea, Linda. Just wait. I'm excited to send it to you. I've got some bone beads I'm sending you, some skunk beads. I going to send you these ones. Oh, I don't know why I went to that one. This is turquoise and copper inlay in these bone beads. So I'm going to send you some of those because they're fun. But anyway, so if you wanted to, you could mimic the other one all over again because there is a 2mm hole in here. And now it's going to make a liar out of me, watch. It's just because it's not stiff. It can be hard to like, maybe the other one will go through. Haha, it did. So see, you could do the same fishy, and because the texture of the glaze with the dots, it's just one more thing. They can get this down really good. But let me see here. I don't want to do that yellow saucers. I want to do let's do a yellow and gray fishy one real quick. And then I'm trying to remember how I do how I did the focal last time, because you have to put quite a few knots in place because these holes are pretty big, so, and it's silicone, so they're made to stretch. You have to put a lot of knots in, and I'm trying to remember how I did that. But in the meantime, she has a real pearl neck bracelet, but she doesn't have these. So let's grab some of those. Maybe some of these pink saucers. I also have saucers in gray. I have some cream beads, which won't really go with this. So let's do the pink and gray, I think, with the pearls, because I think that'll be really pretty if we just kind of mimic them. That'll be pretty. I could have sworn I had white beads up here. I have like some cream colored ones, but those won't go with these. So let's see here. We can do a pearl and then a pink and then a pearl. And obviously you're going to need more beads than you think you will because of the amount of bead that's on the inside diameter. So this will actually be longer than the other one, but it's what's necessary. You could also just do the pearls and stuff and not even add a focal. I just thought it would be cute to put a little fish on here. Another pearl. But yeah, you can just do like little cute things. And if you go on Amazon, they have little kits, guys, where like literally they come with a focal and matching silicone beads and wooden beads. I have so many wood beads, but that are sealed and come on, you just went through 3 seconds ago. Oh no, that was the other yellow one actually. You just keep twisting. Sometimes you'll get past the hole. I should have left it longer. Left the cord on so at least it would go through. Come on. Please don't be difficult. I'd really like you to go on my bracelet. All right, let's try this. This is why I don't ever take it off the spool. I'm going to try to cut it at an angle and hope that I can get it to burn right so I can get a longer needle. by going at an angle. Ugh, that is not working. Of course, all of the ones that I want to use don't want to go on the crap, and that is the wrong color. I really want one of these gray ones. I will show, there is a trick on how to do this, but you can make yourself, if you have a little pin vise, woohoo, got it. If you have a little pin vise, you can double this over, or even and use some beetle on threading wire and lock that into your little pin vise as tight as you can, and then you would just put this under it and pull it through. And especially when you're dealing with the silicone beads and stuff, it's a really good way to do it. So this one, and this one, we're just going to end it. You can either do it with knots, or you can do it so that it's macrame, which is what I'm leaning towards using. But yeah, these can literally be thrown right in the dishwasher with your other stuff, or they are all food grade silicone. That's something that's important when you go to buy it, especially if you're going to be making it for a baby. And this is probably, oh, nope, it's not actually too long. Okay. Like I said, we're going to finish this one up with macrame, but not in the way that you're probably thinking, because I'm going to do a gathering knot instead. So I'm just going to fold a loop on the other end, and then you're going to come with this one right here, and you're going to start wrapping it. And you're going to want to do this probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And then you're going to take this and put it through, much how we did the other one when I was just saying. And then you're just going to pull one into the other. Come on. No, why are you doing that? That's not what I wanted you to do. What the heck? It should be moving back and forth, and it's not, and I don't understand why. It's got a really good knot on it, but that's not what I intended to. Oh, you do? See, elastic needle. Oh, got you. See, I have the ones, well, when I have my pin vise, I found that I just can make it using my own materials. And I bought a bunch that were plastic and then wood ones, and they would always break, and it used to drive me crazy. So I finally just bought the metal one and then realized it was just another pin vise. So I don't know. So you can use these to make, even if you just wanted to make a teether, guys, you could do that. And I will show you. There we go. There's a needle. Finally. I'm not going to do quite as many as the last. Well, no, it worked out last time. I just needed to end on a pink, and I can't remember if I started with gray or pink on the last one. So I guess we'll find out. And I'm not going to be doing a gathering knot because that's not, you guys, I swear, every time I say the word knot, take a drink. I become hyper aware of how many times I say that anytime we do stuff like this. I don't know why. Oh, and look, it went right on this time. Good. And then we'll do the other pearl, and then I can just macrame it like normal. I'll just do it with square knots so that it's nice and tight, and then I can go back and forth. And then I will try to do one with the baby sloth. I'll try to remember. You guys know. Well, those of you guys have been around. I have Durkheim's, which causes memory recall issues with me, and so I don't always remember the process of things. That's why I like going on like Linda's and Samantha's, because I do their links a whole bunch of times and then I get it down. Okay, so we don't need to, we're gonna cut this here. And then we're just gonna do a couple of square knots. You could even do a leaf knot at the ends if you wanted to. I don't know why I just cut that so long, because I need another piece to do it. Okay. So I find it easier to do, my square knots because I don't have a knotting board or anything like that. Every time I go and look them up and I see how expensive they are, I'm like, I don't understand why they make them so, but well, I do because then they make more profit, but I wish they wouldn't do that because it can be frustrating wanting to get a tool and it being, how much is the Naughty Do It All board, you guys? It's so expensive. Super long medical that costs like $2.99, comes with 8-inch and 10-inch. Oh, I think I know. Does it have like a little hook on it, Kimberly? And you like use it to thread your stretchy on it? I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of little knots. I'm gonna probably do one more. So a total of 3, and then I will pull this tight and, like I said, see if I can remember how to do the focal, because I do it and then it has a loop on top. Okay. Okay. Then you can pull these in tight so that they fit. And then I have found that the leaf knot, which is just when you, yeah, is $120. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, really, people? It's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna do a leaf knot, and all you do is you kind of create a little loop, and then you go up through the loop one way, and then down and up the other way, and then this way. I gotta remember how to do this. And then this way. Oh no, I'm doing it wrong. See, I know how to do leaf knots and it's not working out here. Why do I, this always happens when you get on camera. All of a sudden, you cannot remember how you did this. Okay, so it's a figure 8. So over, under, or under, over, through, over, under, through, then over, under, through, and then under, over. Okay. And then we should get a little leaf knot, which does, that's way too far away. And it's not a leaf knot at all, but it's okay. I'm not going to stress about it too much. I have no idea why that didn't work. No, I'm going to thread on the other side. Okay. Under, over, through, over, under, through. I think I just wasn't keeping my loop like tight, so it was going over itself. All right. Let's see if I managed to do it right this time. No, I didn't. But it's all right. Hope you guys get the picture. I know. Tonight has just been one of those days. but you just want to make sure that you get in there. You don't want to hold this on here for long for a few reasons. One, it's not necessary, and you're going to weaken the cord by overheating it. Two, especially with white cord, if you leave it on too long, it turns brown, and you don't want that. You just want enough to melt the ends in like that. And then you're going to do the same with the tails of your thing, which I'll probably cut this off and do one much closer. So, but the less you have to do this, the better. If you were doing this just as a teether and not as a bracelet, then you can make it bigger, and you can actually do it the same way that you would do for a bracelet, and then you can pull the knot inside one of the beads, and then that way it's just like a roundabout thing. But see, here's that one. So she's got a gray fishy, and she has the other fishy that has disappeared off of my desk. We did just make another bracelet, right? I thought we did. I think we did. Not quite sure where it went, but also, you guys, if you have these larger things, if you get some good like 4mm, 5mm cotton cord, you can do the alternating half hitch knot down, and then you can wet that and stick it in the freezer. So then when it's cold, they're chewing on it, and the knots allow them to chew on it. Here, I can show you real quick. I'm just gonna have to not be on camera for a few seconds, just a sec. Da, da, da. All right, Steve's getting it for me, so I don't have to be off camera. He met me in the hall, and he's like, I got you, go. So he's going to grab it for me so I can show you. It's a very quick and easy way of doing it.
Is this 4 or 5mm?
Yep, that's actually like 6, but yeah. So see, we have the cord, and you do not even need long. It's like, I don't know. I have about a wingspan here. I have my cord scissors. But literally, all you would do is you're going to start with a lark's head knot. So you're going to pull it over, under, and through, unless you want your knot. Okay, so if we do it this way, the loop across these two will be on the back. If you go in and under, then the little line will be on this side. And it's just a matter of personal preference. That's it. And then, here, let me move some of this stuff because it's chaotic and dread. I'm hoping that my camera isn't like going batty because there's too much to focus on. So you're just gonna attach it like that. This is what I meant. On the back, this is what you see. And on the front, it's like this. And then literally all you're gonna do is go do the alternating half hitch knot, which is over, under, and through. But then when you knot it, you want to keep this taut so you don't end up with like shoelace knots, but actual like knots. Okay, where's my flag pin? That will make my life so much easier. Oh, my cork board isn't under there. I was like, why is it not sticking into the board? Because I didn't have it. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can see better. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out so I can show you because it wasn't a good knot the first time. Okay, so now that this is being held stationary with the pin through the little hole up top, you can see better. So for this knot, you're just gonna go over. See, I'm way too far away, way too close. You're gonna go over, you're gonna go up and through, and then you're gonna hold this cord down straight. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And this is how I move my knot up into place. I kind of do like a rolling motion when I'm doing so to make sure that I'm getting like, see, a tighter knot. And then, especially with this twisted cord, you're gonna get all these little bumps. And these literally take 2 minutes, if that. And you can do it with thicker rope or thinner rope. I've also made mom necklaces, which are basically just cord necklaces with silicone beads, because then when the baby's chewing on them, it's not on actual jewelry, it's on silicone beads. But you can see how fast this comes together, guys. And then, like I said, all they have to do is wet this and then put it in the freezer. And it doesn't have to be like drenching wet, because if it is, it's gonna, then the baby will. But if you just get it wet and kind of squeeze the excess liquid out of it, it will get nice and frosty. And then all of these knots, they're gonna love chewing on them. It's going to relieve their gums. And then when you're done, I just tie it off like so. Oh, sorry, just a simple square knot, actually, like that. And then you have the choice of what leaving these long or not. You just need to decide if you want there to be fray or not. I tend to leave about an inch's worth so that there's not a lot of fringe. But you can see how it's nice and tight. Like I said, it gives them the teether. This is organic cotton string, and I keep this put up in another room, nowhere. It only comes out if I'm making something. But yeah, you can do this. I have silicone letter beads that are really cute to do chewers, like teething stuff with, because you can personalize them and it works out. Still trying to remember. I know it's a gathering knot. I know that's how I did it, but I just messed up the other knot, so I'm not being as confident right now. Anyways, the other thing that I was trying to explain to you, except for the one that the little tool I have, you make these tight, but then you can use beadalon or 24 gauge wire, whatever you want, and then you just pull it through like that. Except for this is on something, and you can thread all of your beads onto this. And then just, oh, that's the same color. yellow, so on and so forth, and then you just pull them and they go right on. But you saw how easy it pulled those two strands through. That's why you want a big, thick gathering knot. You know what? I think I'm supposed to have a separate cord. Let me see here. I'm almost positive I need to have a second cord that I do this with. I think that's what it is, guys. Here, let me just scoot this down, cut myself off a little cord, and see if I can't figure this out with you guys, because it's fun. But I wish I knew where my remote was so I could, there it is, zoom out. Okay, so I think what we need to do is get out my good cord knot scissors that are not allowed to be used for anything else. Okay, this is what I think it is. I think all we do is we take this like this. You make a little loop. You put the little loop over the other cord, and then you start wrapping this around. And this is what it is. And you can wrap around as many or as few times as you like. The better, I mean, the more times you do, the more secure the knot is. But once you're done with your gathering knot, then you put this, I hope I'm not doing this all wrong. I probably am. Kimberly knows. I think she macrames too. Yeah, no, it's wrong. Oh, I'll have to practice this one to get back to you on how to do a gathering knot, because I don't know what I just did. Anyways, guys, like I said, there's a bunch of cute little things that you can put together with your littles. I have some little butterfly pearls that I'm going to put on a bracelet for Selena. And like I said, she loves having jewelry on, and she likes to go like this. And so yeah, she's enjoying it. I have fun making her new little things. They don't all have to be like bigger like this. You can make it like these are a little bit bigger beads. If you wanted it to be more delicate, obviously you could use other ones. Yeah, I know you do. And I totally messed up that gathering knot, and I'm gonna have to work on that and get back to you guys. It's been a while since I've done a lot of like more intricate knotting things, but yeah, I need to get that figured out. I don't know how I just messed it up. I was just doing a project a few days ago. Thought I will show you. But yep, see, you could just literally do the gray and pearl with the little baby on, and then again, you would make a little gathering knot, and then you could do the loop and tie it onto like a little pacifier clip. Selena's not a pacifier baby, which bummed me out because I literally made her like 4 different ones and she just doesn't like it. So anyways, there we go. We got 2 little things. I'm going to like I said, find my tweezers so I can make that knot smaller. And then once I have it deeper into the clasp, then I will put a dab of glue in there. And that way, when my daughter screws it onto her wrist, it stays and it'll be good. Sorry, things have been kind of crazy the last couple of days. I haven't gotten a lot of videos done outside of the live, so I'm hoping to get some put up this week. And since we have a long weekend and everything else, but you guys, I want you guys all to be safe, please. Have fun with your families on the 4th of July. But yeah, that's sort of thought. Okay. Anyways, guys, so if you wouldn't mind, give me a like, thumbs up. You can leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. We're this close to the 500 subscriber giveaway, and we actually had to loop that back in for the 251 as well, because my son was in an accident about the time that I did that. So life, you know. But so I'm gonna do both at the same time. I've already started picking out beads, because for those of you who don't know, one person will get 250 beads for the 250 subscriber. We're gonna do that at 500 as well. Somebody will win all 500. 750, and then when I hit 1,000, somebody will get 1,000 beads and 10 other people will win 100 beads. So I appreciate all of you guys taking time to come out to see me, support me. I love you ladies. You're the best. Have a happy, happy, happy 4th of July. And like I said, be safe. Happy beading.